Good morning, everyone. My name is Jianmin Wu. Welcome to our Inspired by Nature Summit. And today we are lucky to have our expert, Anna Sundstrom, a holistic lifestyle and wellness blogger. And Anna is holding 2 degrees from the business admin from Russia, UK. But she decided to put her career on hold and start her family and start to research and share the nature ways about health, the beauty, and inner peace. So, Anna, welcome to our summit.
Thank you, Jianmin. Hi, everyone.
Yes. Yeah, so Anna, you're a holistic lifestyle blogger. So, what brought you to this holistic lifestyle? Can you share a bit to us about that?
Of course, my pleasure. Um, what brought me is, I guess, I always noticed how being outdoors and being outside was beneficial for me. And I never consciously, thought about it before when I used to be deeply in the corporate world. And I used to be an office worker and live in a very urban, large city. But I always felt this need to connect with the nature.
Mm.
And when I started my family, I guess I just did this 180, and now I live in the woods. I
Mm.
also realized that everything, what I call holistic, is
Mhm.
everything is interconnected, mind, body, and soul.
Yeah.
And whenever people experience issues in one of those areas, like mostly physical
Mhm.
discomfort, like that, they just we like to seek for quick fixes and patch the problems instead of addressing the roots of the problems and resolving it. And oftentimes we just need to address it holistically and consider emotional, psychological, and even spiritual area, and work with all of that. And also be more connected with our own physical nature, with our bodies. By listening, by understanding what's going on in our bodies, we can we can find that root cause that needs to be addressed, and
Mhm.
then work with that and resolve, the problem, not just mask it temporarily.
Mhm.
So what happened to me while I was working in the office, like I never used to share that, but ever since I started my blog and my YouTube channel, I saw that how people are very open about things that happen to them, just to share with others who are going through something similar or feel something similar,
Mhm.
and they can, perhaps relate to it. Like that's just the only reason why I feel like it might be relevant to share it.
Mhm.
Otherwise, it's deeply personal. But I started developing this thyroid issue, hypothyroid, so wasn't producing enough hormones. So, and hormonal issues, I feel like, is something very, has a very psychosomatic background to it. It's when really your whole existence, your emotions, your mind, and your body are in discord, and there's no balance, there's no harmony, and that's when your endocrine system starts reacting.
Mhm.
And all conventional doctors told me just one thing, like I have to take those hormones for the rest of my life, and like there's no other solution known to that.
Mhm.
But I sought for alternative opinions and found finally an opinion of a homeopathic doctor that, I need to change my lifestyle. And, there is also this natural remedy that I can try, and
Mhm.
everything together, like being more active, quitting some bad habits, and
Mhm.
doing better, like doing sports, being outside in the sunshine, like stuff like that.
Mhm.
And my brain started realizing and thinking in a completely different direction. Oh my gosh, there is a whole other side and another alternative approach that
Mhm.
makes more sense to me, that will actually make my brain send the signal to my thyroid to produce this hormone, and this is my body will produce this hormone. I won't have to take it externally.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I did that, and it helped, and my results were back to normal, and my endocrinologist couldn't believe that I was not on that medication. So it all worked beautifully, and this is how it all started. And then, of course, with the pregnancy and the motherhood, I
Mhm.
had to do so much research, and I learned to not trust, to not, completely put my faith and faith of my child in the hands of anyone, no matter how professional,
Mm-hmm.
to not just blindly follow any one advice, just do my own research, double check, and go from there, and seek for other opinions, and weigh everything, and first and foremost try to resolve everything naturally, and by using natural remedies, being active, being outdoors, and staying connected and grounded.
Wow, so Anna, that is like you said, sometimes that is really like a lifestyle, like a transformative way to be
Definitely.
like that. So this is like when you said you were doing those like a stay outdoor and the nature way. So would you please share some tips and some techniques how the way you are connected to the nature about that?
Of course. So first of all, I feel like it all starts with connecting with your own body. That's how it started for me. As
Mm-hmm.
an office worker, or I feel like any intellectual person who works more intellectually has their upper energy centers more open and more active. So the upper part of the body stays more, active, and we all live from like our brains, and our minds are overstimulated and racing and running, and like it never stops.
Mm.
While our lower energy centers that are more responsible um, for primal and physical functions
Mm-hmm.
are not so active, and that of course leads to whatever body parts you don't use, they start gradually losing their functions, and
Yes.
over the years, yeah, they just stop, they think that you don't need them, so why support them?
Yes.
um, it all starts with trying to be active and understanding what's going on in your body. So you can do it in the different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, any physical activity will instantly put your mind into your body and create this connection. The more intense the physical activity is, the more profound this connection, and the quicker it will be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That.
Just to give you an example, I tried to do kite surfing. I took a vacation and I went to Vietnam to do this kite surfing. So you have a kite. I never did kiting before. I didn't know how to fly a kite. I didn't know how to surf. So I just had to learn from scratch. And you have the surf, you have a wave, you have to find your balance. Then you have this kite and the wind and your arms and the strength. And your brain can't possibly be thinking about your work or anything else when you are putting it into something like
Right.
a physical activity like that.
Sure.
And you would know from kayaking and rowing, like once you're in it, you're in the zone, and
Yeah.
you work on it, you focus, you're living in the moment.
Right.
So or there is another gentler way that is a little more
Mm-hmm.
complicated, I think, but you just need to know the tricks. You can even pretty much just sit and experience the same level of connection to your body as when you're doing this active sports.
What about some of, because I do, because when I first look at it, you're sharing something about called the walking meditation. So how do you also get involved with that part to come into your mind? Can you share about that?
Yes, and that's the gentler way, instead of doing something very physical, you can just take a walk, and by observing, by appreciating the nature and placing your attention into uh, here and now and living in the moment. So what is here and now? The smells, the sensation, physical sensation, activate all of your five senses. Observe, appreciate, be grateful, smell, feel, look, and when you pass by flowers, smell the flowers, not just think that, okay, it smells nice, but try to feel it with your whole body. When I smell it, I wanted to enter my stomach. They say you can breathe with your chest, you can breathe with your stomach,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe you can breathe even, deeper than that with like your lower abdomen. And when I take a walk, I try to breathe with my feet, through my feet. And I imagine that my feet either grow roots and like trees, become grounded to the earth,
Mm-hmm.
or like they're magnets and I'm magneted attached to the earth. And that helps me to be to feel this connection and be more grounded and stable.
Mm-hmm.
You have to slow down your pace and really imagine how you exhale through your feet, and thus you activate the lower energy centers
Yeah.
that are not so active.
Wow.
Another very powerful technique that I like to do, ideally, if the weather is good, walk barefoot.
Oh.
What this does, it's called earthing
Mm-hmm.
or grounding,
Yeah.
and this really opens up those lower energy centers, chakras,
Yes.
the first and the second chakra, by connecting you to the earth, because people are meant to walk barefoot, and we through our lifestyle, because we don't practice this, and bad food choices, heavy metals, we accumulate free radicals that are toxic, and earth is negatively charged. So when you walk barefoot, you absorb those negative electrons from the earth that are detoxifying, and they even improve your immune system. I watch those videos by different doctors talk about it, and I never even thought about it. I just saw how my toddler would always kick her shoes off, so she feels it naturally, the need to walk barefoot. But yeah, now I start thinking about it, and one doctor said that she has a lot of patients who are very health conscious, and they eat well, they do yoga, but there's something that is still bothering them, and she always recommends they start walking barefoot and they start earthing, and that helps. And this is the missing puzzle. This is something that really makes them feel better, especially people who are spiritually developed and are very like mentally active. This is what they need to ground themselves.
Yeah. Like also ground themselves to be like inner peace. That was something. It's really like
Oh, definitely. It's easy to be at peace and to feel happy if you are stable, if you feel secure, stable, connected, confident in that way, grounded. Like at first I thought, like, what does that even mean, grounded? But you have to experience it. Just go outside, put your bare feet on the ground and breathe through your feet. Do some qigong. Qigong is beautiful for that.
That's also another things about like a Chinese the qigong, because they said always have some qis inside the body. You will feel it like how that the way running the body.
And I like how you have to put your feet a little bit like parallel, the outer soles parallel, so you have this energy and a little spread apart, and you even feel it with your hands, like you feel how your lower part of your body becomes heavier and more like magneted, rooted into the earth.
Yeah, that's that energy. So beside like a grounding, earthing, like I said, but what about if some of the area is cold in the winter? How can they also do a bit something else instead of grounding?
Something that I do, and I also just started looking into this not so long ago, is called tree hugging. That's something that also looks pretty silly, but works in that way. Trees have their own aura, and I even heard that different people would say that trees have souls. But I don't know about that, but definitely they have very strong energy and some kind of aura around them. And I even heard the notion of forest bathing. That's when you walk in the woods and you feel you're surrounded by those auras of all the different trees that make you feel at ease and confident and relaxed and really good. So what you can do, very simple and easy, just they say you have to feel which tree is calling for you. Just close your eyes and feel it. You will feel the energy of the tree. Then ask the tree in your mind, may I charge with your energy? And you can approach it and hug it. And they even say that just mere movement of hugging and just squeezing something or squeezing your body against something, that already releases endorphins. That's how people are programmed. And created, like the little kids, they know it, or people who are in love, it just feels good to hug. And
just like I said, that kind of hugging also back to we call the nature, just like a baby, we always then the moms is like a hugging, so we get that kind of warm and the connect,
Yeah.
which is like so that also a beautiful way. I mean, you say
Yeah.
hugging,
And
that it's already
I
connect.
have like, if I may share one thing, like this is probably also my favorite thing to do when I feel not so happy. And I know that like in today's world, anyone should have a shrink, a psychotherapist that they can talk to when in the moments of difficult moments in their lives, because the world does not deserve my negativity, the burden of my negativity, or someone, does not deserve to hear it out for free. So what I do, I just come out, I find a tree, and whatever the bad emotions, or anything that's bothering me, I just almost talk it out and connect with the tree, and I let it detoxify me of that. It's not the same as other methods, but I feel like it yields the same, very comparable result. Like you definitely feel relieved, and you feel definitely you feel detoxified and lighter and happier.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's a beautiful way of sharing, and thank you so much. Like you said, sometimes with the detoxify way is the way how we can connect to the nature. Nature is part of the way to help us detoxify. Before we end in it, like, do you like get some free gifts, something to our audience?
Yes, I have a video that I made with the tips about how to calm down in the moments of when you feel emotionally imbalanced
Mm-hmm.
or upset with something, frustrated or angry.
Yes.
You know, that happens. When that happens to me, I feel like now with the family, I can't afford to just be all over the place and unhappy. I have to be responsible about that. So I put together those practical tips, and I
Oh,
would like to share it with everyone. Just quick little tips and techniques, doable techniques that they can do,
yeah.
and help them feel more at
Well,
ease.
like you said, this is a great gift, and because sometimes when we get angry, our upper body and and the lower body, they just might be just heading to different direction, right? So
The thing is, yeah, I feel like it's very, not just in the moment it's harmful, but it's harmful in the long term. When people don't resolve their issues right there and right then, they accumulate, they don't go anywhere. Your body stores your negative emotions, and when people say just move on, just forget about it, they
mm-hmm.
no, don't forget about it, don't mask it, don't just move on, work with it, do
Yes.
something about it right now, and then you won't have to deal with physical psychosomatic issues when you uh, your body starts reacting to it because of so much stored negativity, stored anger, that your muscles get tense, and it already is.
Yeah. Well, excellent. That is an excellent, fabulous gift. Thank you so much, Anna, for sharing that with our audience. So, yeah, without further ado, that will be our topic for today's Inspired by
Thank
Summer.
you so much,
We are so
Jianmin.
lucky to having you, Anna. So,
Oh,
audience,
great pleasure.
yeah.
Thank
So
you so much.
we would like to stay tuned. And looking for more like an inspiring story from a different expert and just like fabulous, just like Anna. Welcome to our Inspired by Nature Summit. So have a nice day, everybody.